Money time right now. So today, what we're going to be doing, get out your pens and papers and then take some notes, and I'll send you the link so you can go through this video again and again. We're going to go, this is a numbers day. This is hashtag data. If you're not deep into data in this real estate market, you're not really doing real estate investing. If you don't know your numbers, you're dead in the water. So you need to know your numbers. I can't stress that enough. You need to know everything about the markets that you're trying to get in. So today, being Tuesday, I'm going to hit the Broward market report. Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm going to do, today we're going to do Broward. Tomorrow we're going to do Miami-Dade, which is going to be Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to do Palm Beach County. So we're going to do Broward, Dade, Palm Beach County. I know it's not in order in terms of progression, but it's just the data that I picked up. And so I'm just going to go into this. We may be here a while. You guys might want to settle in. But we're going to dig into the Broward market report, which just recently came out. A lot of people don't get to see this data. A lot of people don't know how to access this data. So before we get in, I just want to introduce myself and make sure that this comes on. Boom. My name is Barry Cunningham. I am a real estate investor here in the South Florida market. Been investing in real estate for 25 plus years, all the way up to multifamily. And I'm not in Grant Cardone's league. We're not doing 140 units. I'm not looking to do all that kind of stuff. But I am looking to do some development in the opportunity zones in Fort Lauderdale. If you saw the show yesterday, it's amazing what's available down in Fort Lauderdale. So I'm going to be really digging into Fort Lauderdale's opportunity zone. Know the area by the back of my hand. And this kind of data that I'm about to show you, this is the kind of stuff that, I just stay up late at night crunching numbers. It helps me when I put offers out. It helps me. I don't know how you could put offers out if you didn't know this kind of data in the market and what's coming. Those two go hand in hand. What is the current data? What's the past data? And what do you see coming? Because that's very important when you put your offers out. So without further delay, let's go ahead and jump into some of these numbers and let you see what's going on. So the first report I'm going to pull up here is the monthly market report. And I'll move this thing up and down so you guys can see. Let me see if I can actually zoom it in a little bit better. So it's centered and you guys can see what's going on here. And my big head's right there. All right, so this is the single family market detail report. A lot of detail on what's going on in Broward County. So right off the bat, what we're going to look at are the summary statistics first. And the summary statistics compare 2019 to 2020. Obviously, we're in a completely different time frame here because of the corona. So what happened last year may or may not be relative to this year. There's a lot of different influencing factors that are pushing today's market versus what pushed last year's market. But let's go in. So first of all, you can see right off the bat that, and yes you can, that closed sales were pretty much stagnant. July 2019, there was 1,634 closed sales. July 2020, there was 1,646. So a little bit of an increase, not much to look at there right now. Paid in cash. Last year, this time, 284. This year, 244. So there's a little bit of a drop in terms of cash sales. That could be a number of different factors. It could be that money is so cheap right now, people are electing who can get 1 or 2 or 3% mortgages are getting them. Median sale price. This is an important one. So I'm going to blow this up a little bit further, and hopefully I won't. You don't need the artwork. We just need the data. So I'm just going to move this over to the side so you can see that. There we go. So median sale price. The median sale price for a single family home in Broward went up 5.3% from $380,000 last year to $400,000 this year. That's a median. Average sale price $511,000 average sale price, and this is just single family homes in Broward. Wow. Dollar volume up 8.4% to 841 million in the month of July this year. Median percent of original list price received, it was at 96%. Now, let me pause there. That's a very, very misleading figure. Let me tell you why. Let's say I put a house on the market today for $420. It sits for, 90 days, doesn't sell. That doesn't reflect in there. It says, and then eventually it sells. I put it back on. I terminate the listing. I go with a different agent. I put it out at $380, and it sells in 25 days, and it sells for $379. It's going to appear as though it's sold for 97% of the list value. That's where you've got to really understand what you're doing. That's when you have to dig into the listing history of a property. The MLS isn't going to tell you that. The agent you're dealing with isn't going to tell you that. But you want to know how many days that house sat on the market collectively. Not this current listing that sold. Not this current listing that sold. Hey, listen, it was on the market for 4 days and bam, it sold. You know how many times I've seen that? I'll go back in and look at the listing history of a property, and I'll see a property that's been on the market for 7 or 8 months. And in that 7 or 8 month period, the agent has seriously just chased the market down, just dropping the price, canceled the listing, withdrawn, expired, new listing. There's all kinds of tricks to make it appear as though a certain neighborhood is moving fast. This is your first pro tip. Dig into the listing history of a property that's sold. Understand listing history. No one's going to say that to you, and they're going to give you stuff like this that shows that a property has moved at a price at 96% of list price, when that may not be true at all. Trust me on that one. Same thing with median time to contract. Again, just like I said, house has been for sale since January of 2020. It was originally listed at $500. It had a 4 or 5 month or 6 month listing agreement. It expires in June. Didn't sell for 180 days, 6 months, gone. New agent comes in and says, hey, listen, we need to drop the price 20, 30,000, and I think I can sell it. Of course I can. I'm going to go under market. I'm chasing that market down. And when I chase that market down, I drop that price to 380, and I get a sale within 20 days, it's going to show that the median time to contract was very fast, when if you have the background data, you're going to know that that property sat there for months and months and months. Pro tip number 2. Check that listing history for properties that are currently active to see how long they've been on the market. Now, I don't even know if that's a pro tip. You should be doing that with every listing, but dig into that, and then check the same thing with the current under contract properties and the recently sold properties. How long did they really stay on the market? If you're looking to do a flip, if you're looking to sell something pretty quick, you need to know this information. You need to know how long this property is going to sit before you have the opportunity to go ahead and turn it over, because those costs are going to be crazy for your holding costs and everything. So, new pending sales jumped way up. So we're looking at properties at 24% higher in terms of new pending sales. Again, look at the market listing report, go through it, see how many times the property's gone pending, and then check BOM. BOM. Number 3, I think it's 3, pro tip. Always check BOM in the listing history. Barry, what the hell is BOM? Back on market. How many times did the property go pending and then go back on the market? That's a very telling feature. Not many people dig into that. I'm not sure why, but that's really important. Now we're going to look at, and make sure my head's not in the way, new listings. So what's the inventory like? And I'll get into absorption rate on Friday, but right now, in order to know the pending inventory, the new listings based upon the number of sales. So if you look at this right now, down here, this is a big number. It's saying that the month's supply of inventory has dropped by 26%. That means that there's only 3.1 months of inventory based on current sales volume. Current. 3.1 months of inventory left available in the Broward County market. Now, not a lot of people look at absorption rate. It's a huge number. Right now, that number indicates it's a seller's market because there's not enough inventory to keep sales moving at that same price. There's only 3 months of inventory. I like to buy when I start seeing 5, 6, 7 months of inventory. But Barry, how are you going to get there? This thing is smoking hot. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how we're going to get there. Trust me, it's coming. It's stuff that's going to be pro tip number 9 or 10. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. So this was another pro tip number 4, I guess. Months of supply of inventory. That is called absorption rate. Look that up, get familiar with it, and understand whatever market you're in, whether you're in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, know the absorption rate of the market. Now, big pro tip number 6. None of this, not a single word I said so far, matters. Why? This is the entire county. This is stuff that goes on the intercoastal. This is stuff that's oceanfront. It counts in stuff that's out in Dillard Park, which is a lower income neighborhood. It takes into everything. What you need to do is do all of these calculations in your farm market. Understand that. That's a big one. Take all these calculations that you've seen thus far, and what you're going to need to do is do that calculation in your farming market. Meaning what's going on in Hollywood isn't the same thing that's going to be going on in Miramar. What's going on in Miramar isn't going to be the same thing that goes on in Wilton Manors. What goes on in Wilton Manors isn't going to be the same thing that goes on in Pompano. Depending on what market you're working in, you're going to need to take all these numbers and break them down to your specific target market. That's the win. Anybody can produce these reports, and anyone could say, here's what's going on in Broward County. And they're going to give you these numbers, and you're going to go, wow, Broward County's smoking hot, man. Well, do you think Crest Haven and Pompano is the same way? I don't know. You have to dig in and find out. Area of Hollywood going the same way? Maybe. But you need to find out. How about Progresso in Fort Lauderdale? You see, you have to break this data down almost to the subdivision. I mean, when I was buying a lot of houses back in the 2007, 2008, 9 area, I knew everything about that box called Progresso. If a house came on the market, if a house didn't come on the market, I knew what was going on. I knew how long houses sold. I knew how much the inventory was. I knew whether the absorption rate was too high or too low. Depending on where you're buying properties and looking at doing deals, you need to know all of this data that you're seeing on this video so far. You need to be able to do that in that particular market. And you need, if you can't do it, if you don't have access to it, you need to find an agent who can pull this data, who can go through here and say, hey, listen, as your agent, as their client, this is what you want. This is what you want to see. And you need to be able to tell them, hey, listen, I need you to pull all of this data for me. I need you to make sure that it's all ready to go, because you're going to need it to make your decisions. I can tell you right now, a condo in La Hermitage on the ocean in Fort Lauderdale is not going to move as fast as a condo in Plantation, or maybe vice versa. Maybe a house in a condo in Plantation is going to move faster than a house on the beach. Who knows? But until you have all that data, it's all supposition, and you're going to get killed. You will not make it in this business if you don't know the data in your market. Pure and simple. Be right back.
Your source for profit. Hear what you need to know to succeed in today's real estate market.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip of the Barry Cunningham Show. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, I talk about real estate and the trends and news that affect real estate and making money in real estate. So if you want to see us live, just go ahead and click the subscribe button below, or just click the link below, which is going to be a link to the archives of all of our live shows. And then we'll go ahead and cut these up and get them out there so you can see the clips of the various shows. But in any event, I'm glad you're watching. Please continue to watch and have a great day. Get out there and make some money. And we'll see you on the next episode.